Good college basketball game. I can't say enough about a few things. One, it starts with our students, the Orange Crush. 14,700 tonight, and my appreciation for them goes beyond words. What they do in the community, coming out every game, supporting us, coming to my radio show. So much love for that group. And then I keep saying this many times, I'm so proud to be the basketball coach at Illinois because of our fans. And there was not one game this year were there ever any quit. I'll use that word, quit, in our fans. And that's what I want for our team. And I'm elated. I'm proud. I'm so proud to be the basketball coach here, and to get to go out every single night and walk through that tunnel onto that court and see all that orange. Give Matt a lot of credit. Give their team a lot of credit. And Carson was tremendous. They played great, and we had no answer. I didn't do a very good job, obviously, of preparing our guys in a quick turnaround. I know how good he is. I watched him play a lot in high school. And to think that kid wasn't extremely highly recruited by Big 12 schools is beyond me. But that's one of the best offensive players in not just the Big Ten, but in the country. And he showed that tonight. And I told our guys after the game, and I keep telling them, we've gotten a lot better, and we're playing good basketball. Now, we had some self-inflicted things. Transition hurt us in the first half, just lack of communication. We had a big moment late. Trent missed a great look at a three in the corner, and then just a lack of communication, and we leave the guy standing in the corner wide open, and their guys don't miss. And that's what seniors do. They make shots, and that was a huge momentum swing. But LeRon Black playing terrific. I thought we could get him a lot of shots tonight. We did, and exploit him. Trent had quite the second half, but I'm really proud of Tijon. His fight, his commitment was off the chart, and it has been. And then I'm very proud of DeMonte, young man shooting 6% coming into the game, and I've never once told him not to shoot because he keeps coming in every single day and shooting. And to go 3 for 3 from the three and get 4 rebounds and still, while not totally healthy on his knee, I'm really proud of. So better team probably won tonight, and that's obvious. They're a veteran team and a really good player. Gave us his licks, but congratulations to them.
Jeremy?
Brett, I know it's another loss and moral victories, whatever, but you went 40 minutes against the number 9 team in the country. Do you think this is one of the bigger steps for your culture that you keep talking about?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. We keep talking about toughness. We keep talking about fight. Matt had his press conference for Illinois before we played our Michigan State game. So, I mean, we literally were in East Lansing getting ready to play the number 1 team or 2 team in the country, and we had a really quick turnaround. And I didn't do my job very well. I needed to do it better, getting our guys prepared for Carson. I knew how good he was because I saw the young man play a lot. And we knew he went left, and we still couldn't stop him. And I told the guys that's on me. But, yeah, we fought. We competed. We didn't really have a lull tonight offensively. We're clicking better offensively. We knew we had to move them. We had to try to get into late shot clock. The paint gets swallowed really quickly with Isaac in there. There's not a lot of space, and it took us a little bit to adjust to that. coach speak. I'm not going to be happy with, but we're gaining ground.
Shannon?
You mentioned LaRon, another pretty strong performance from him tonight. What's he been doing well? And also, if you could answer, just he's talked a lot about maturity, and people who've been here a while have remarked about that with him. Have you noticed anything this year, even growth-wise, with him?
Well, I heard all the horror stories. I think that's probably what they were, where he was just kind of maybe an out-of-body experience, lose his mind and just go club somebody and foul him, and he's learned to handle that for the most part. But his game has just expanded, and he does stuff off the dribble. He's a hard matchup on the block. He's a hard matchup off the block. We wanted to get him. We got him 7 threes tonight. You know, he's in actuality our best three-point shooter. So his game has just expanded, and I think I love seeing his confidence. He walks around with a smile on his face because he's confident. Now, do I need him to rebound more? Absolutely. That's the coach. But just his, you know, a young man really growing into a leadership role, growing into a comfort level, and with that comes confidence, and he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Brad?
From you get, you know, good performances, LaRon and Trent, pretty consistently. How do you? It's got to be difficult to find the rotation pieces from game to game. It seems like the minutes fluctuate every day because you don't know what you're going to get from people. How do you get to that next level and find that consistency from those players?
I think it's hard work. I think it's comfort. I think it's maturity. I think it's, you know, Brad, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's hard. You know, it's some nights I can go in with a really good idea of what I want to do based on the opponent, and you know, sometimes it doesn't quite work. If you think I had planned tonight what DeMonte was going to do, I would have loved to, you know, maybe play the lottery. But so it is challenging at times to know what you're getting from those, you know, from some of our other guys. And but we play 9-10 guys for a reason. I've always done that. And you know, right now the guys that kind of get it going and contribute and get a little more.
Maybe the better offense, maybe with movement or shots actually falling. How much of that came from having at times 2 ball handlers out there and Trent and Tijon, or 3, you know, when those 2 are out there with Mark?
Will either be that, or it will be Tijon making some shots, DeMonte making some shots, spacing the floor, moving it. You know, we got good looks. I was ecstatic at halftime with the clean looks we've got. And yeah, when guys can make shots and you can create space, the game frees up a lot. Yeah, and then Tijon can handle the ball. Mark Smith can drive it and do some things. So you know that opens up a whole other set of options for you.
When Trent went off in the second half to eventually tie the game at 56, I mean, we know he's been able to do that all season. He could go off for a spurt like that. But how much of an uplift was that in a game like this against a team as good as Purdue?
I don't know if I like it, or I mean, I don't know if and this sounds really funny. I don't know if I like that. I like that he has the ability to go do that, and it's needed, and yet sometimes we get dependent on that, and we get away from sharing sometimes. And I know I have caught myself a lot this year playing to that because I know he can score the ball. And I know he's gifted that way. But, gosh, he's special. I mean, the kid just had 20 and a half against the 9th-ranked team in the country, who we all know Matt's a really good defensive coach. And we know that they tried to guard him. And that's a pretty good feat for a freshman.
You mentioned rebounding, and Tijon had 6, but you still get out-rebound by 13, and maybe the bigs didn't. I think they had 6 combined between all of them. Just what I guess on one hand it's good, and the other it's obviously not.
Tijon has been really competing. So I don't want to diminish his 6 rebounds, but it's not acceptable for our guys to get. Kipper has 1, LaRon has 3. Who else we got? Greg didn't have any in 13 minutes, or and it's Mike had 1 in 15 minutes, and that's been a pretty consistent issue or problem. And yet when we do offensive rebound and we do rebound, we become really, really good.
Shannon.
There were some fans who called this Paint the Hall Chief night. There were demonstrators outside the game beforehand, some back and forth. And just wondering, what is your position on the Chief mascot, and what you think maybe should be done, because it's a divisive issue that people continually talk about here?
Shannon, if you think for 1 second that I've even thought about that, and I'll be very honest. I've had about 8 hours of sleep in the last 3 days, and until Derek told me before the game, I had no clue what was even going on. Enough said, I guess. I can't. I guess I need to dive into my history a little bit of the, but I'm worried about our basketball team.
You mentioned before how you want to eliminate half times, but come out in the second half and throw a little punch at Purdue. Did you notice something different out of your guys this time around during the break?
I don't probably have the answer to that. I don't know. I mean, we did the same thing. I tried to be pretty positive, talk about cleaning transition up, talked about a couple things that we wanted to do to try to handle their little drag ball screens, which hurt us all night, and that didn't work either. But they did a good job of mixing up their rotations, and they're putting guards in there and bigs as well. So, no, I don't. I don't know. We didn't do anything any different.
Scott?
Tyus kind of got loose in the first half. Only just he was open. But and did you specifically target that at halftime, because he wasn't quite as effective there in the second half?
Well, he got him got a couple early in transition and got going, and then he got us in rotation. And when we got in rotations tonight, we were really, really slow, and we made a. I think it happened to one of the few mistakes Tijon made. He lifted out of the corner to a non-shooter or a subpar shooter compared to him, and left him, and he hit one in the corner. But it's we talked about it. I mean, those two guys had their way with us in the first half, and those were the two guys that I was ready to let Isaac have whatever he wanted. And I didn't want to get beat from the three, and when you got the country's best 3-point shooting team, I'd rather give up 2s than 3s.
Jim?
Brett, I know you said that you're feeling a little bit better about the way the team played tonight. Now you got Rutgers on Sunday, then you're going to have an extended stay out east, which will probably give you guys a couple of extra days to practice and get ready for the Big Ten tournament. How do you feel about the team heading in to this last game and into the Big Ten tournament next week?
I just told them, let's go make a run. I'm excited about. I mean, we got a Rutgers team that plays extremely well at home. A team that has 2 great guards, and they got tremendous size. They're the biggest team in the league, and it's a time of year where you don't rest on your laurels. You compete and you keep fighting, and I've seen a lot of crazy things over the years in conference tournaments, and if you're ready to put the uniforms up, you go home. And if you got character and fight, you keep fight until the last whistle, last horn, buzzer, whatever it is. And I expect us to do that. And like I said, I think we're a team that has tremendous opportunities, and we've showed we can play with anybody. So we'll see. It's, for us, it'll be 4 games in 4 days. I guess this is a pretty good dry run, kind of what we've done. 5 days. That's all right. They'd rather, that's why we practice 2.5 hours